All right, what is up, traders? What is up, tycoons? Super excited for today's video. We're going to take a look at Solana. All right, going to give you guys a nice breakdown of Solana and take a look at the charts for you. We're going to take a look at the weekly chart to get a sense of the bigger time frame, and then we'll zoom in on the 4 hour and take a look at some of the key levels on the 4 hour chart as well for you guys. But as always, the content provided on the channel is for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended to be relied upon as legal, financial, investment advice. I did start a completely free newsletter for you guys called Investment Intelligence, giving out free trade ideas as well as valuable finance content. There's a link in the description to join that if you guys are fans of free trade ideas. There's also the Investment Intelligence Discord where you can get access to all of the charts and all of the different trade ideas, as well as a really big resource of valuable information. There's a link to join that if you guys want to join. It's less than a cup of coffee a week. All right, now let's get into the chart and go over the weekly chart for Solana. So we're counting and basically tracking a 5-wave bullish structure. Okay, so to start the year off, we had a very strong push. That was our wave one up. Now, your wave two and your wave fours are typically known as a three-wave correction known as an ABC, right? And so you can see here that we got an A wave down, a B wave up, and then a C wave down where we created lower lows. And then we started another rally and actually created new highs. That was the process for our wave three. Okay, so wave one was that initial burst up, wave two was the ABC down, and then wave three was this really strong push up from the wave two lows right here. All right, and we hit the 2.618 target for wave three. So it's very possible wave three can extend higher. Okay, that's definitely a possibility. But in all reality, it does make sense for me to at least see an ABC pullback to the downside. Now that can be anywhere from about 50 all the way down to about really 32, okay, is going to be our ABC, potential corrective territory. Now, these are areas where I'm going to be looking to potentially buy to catch the wave five up. Now, the wave five up is going to take us anywhere from 72 to about 93. Realistically, right around that just above 80 level from 80 to 85 is going to be our wave five targets, for the big picture. Now, the reason that I'm not so interested in starting a new money long, right? Okay, so basically meaning if you're not in Solana, one reason why you may not want to buy right here, even if you think it's going to go up to the 80s, is, just take a simple look at the RSI. Look at how overbought we are on the RSI. It's extremely overbought, and this is a weekly chart. So while this does indicate lots of strength, okay, and there's lots of strength in crypto, lots of strength in Solana right now, the as a general rule of thumb, you typically don't want to buy at extremely overbought levels because the odds of buying and then the, crypto or whatever it is pulling back are much more increased. Okay. And so we'll see where this wave four ends up coming down to. At the end of the day, we can't really predict that, but we're just trying to use Elliott wave to give us an idea of the structure and the potential targets to the upside for Solana. If we were to zoom in on a 4 hour chart, and simply take a look at it, we can see that there was an area of supply over here, right? So we can see that we sold off here twice on the 4 hour chart, fell back, right? So created some resistance, created some supply here, pulled back, and then we broke right through that. It makes a lot of sense if we were to come back and retest that area and potentially try to push higher. But remember, we talked about that potential A, B, C correction. And so this could be the start of our A wave down. If we were to bounce in through here, that would make a lot of sense for a potential B wave and then continue lower. So we do want to keep that in mind. But ultimately, Solana is remaining extremely bullish at the moment, especially even on the 4 hour chart, because we're still holding above the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement. This is the first Fibonacci retracement level, and we haven't even broken through there. Okay. Typically, the golden pocket is going to be right around that 61.8% level, and then that puts you around 50 on Solana. So if we were to see some ABC type structure to the downside around 50, that would be, a pretty nice place to potentially start a new long position, and then have a very well-defined risk to reward ratio, right, with a stop loss maybe shortly below, maybe around that 47.40 level, maybe even tighter than that, maybe even around 43.87, just depending on what your own risk management style is. But that's definitely an area where I'll be potentially looking if we can get a move all the way down there to 50 as a potential area to go long for the wave five back up to those $80 price levels, anywhere from, those price targets that we went over earlier. Now, even on the 4-hour chart, we're still overbought. It's starting to pull back a little bit and potentially get under that overbought level on the 4-hour time frame. But what you really want to watch out for is this white line crossing below the red line on the MACD. Okay, that would be a bearish crossover, and typically that would coincide with a little bit more downside in the future. So those are some of the main things I'm watching at right now. Solana's price action has been very, very well. It's been, along with many other altcoins, everything has really been skyrocketing at the moment because of the Bitcoin ETF. All right, the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. A lot of people are trying to get in before the ETF becomes official. There's also, BlackRock just announced that they're launching and trying to get approved for an Ethereum ETF, which is bringing a lot of action now to the altcoins. Earlier in the year, we saw a lot of Bitcoin positive price action, but we weren't seeing much follow through in a lot of the altcoins. And now we're starting to get that through the altcoin market. We'll see if that go ahead and continues. Let me know your thoughts down below. Okay, is Solana a buy right here at these extended highs where we're overbought on a 4-hour time frame and a weekly time frame? Were you able to catch any of this move to the upside, or do you think that Solana can pull back? Do you think that there's a better entry price than some of the levels that I've given on the chart? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions down below.